Capricorn, it's Amanda here with your June 2018 RuneScope. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the Wonderland Tarot by Chris and Morgana Abbey. Then, as always, be sure to join me over on my Vimeo channel for part 2 of this reading, your spiritual guidance session. It's Goddess Guidance Oracle cards this month by Doreen Virtue. I'll be pulling one card from that and interpreting it and how it applies to whatever comes up here in your reading. So you'll find the link to my Vimeo channel below the video in the description box. Also, it is a good time because we're halfway through 2018 to re-watch the yearly RuneScope I posted in January. And I'll put the link here with the little I, but also at the end of the video. Just to kind of see where you're at, what's already kind of come to fruition from that, and what's still to come. Also, if you purchased the Career or Love RuneScope over on Vimeo, you're going to want to rewatch those as well and see where you're at on those fronts. And if you didn't purchase those, definitely consider doing so because there's still, you know, half the year to go. So you can get a longer range view of what's coming up for the rest of the year. But let's focus on June for Capricorn and see, in general, what my Cappies are going to be up to for June 2018. Let's see. Got a lot that wanted to come out here, Capricorn. Now, as always, keep in mind, these are not personal readings. I'm not just getting messages for you. I'm getting messages for actually hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. So some of these will be for you, but those that don't apply, you know, that's for other people that are watching. You can always check out the video for your rising sign as well. Sometimes that will be even more specific than your sun sign reading here. But if you would like something far more specific with outcomes and identifying who some of the people are that come up in these general readings, I would have to connect with just your energy in a private session. I do those on Skype. They are $70. Just drop me a line at runescopesforyou@gmail.com and we will set up your appointment. But let's see, in general, what's going on with Capricorn. Your challenge or focus, we do have the King of Flamingos in reverse. So I think he came up as the challenge for someone else. It was maybe Pisces. But here's what he looks like in the upright. This is the King of Swords in more traditional decks. And for you, he's coming up connected to work. So this could be a boss or a coworker or someone asking you for money or someone you're going to for a loan or talking to about money issues. It could be a financial advisor or someone of that nature, someone you're trying to invest money with. But in the reverse, this could be somebody who has lied about something, deceived you or the company or someone else about something in regards to money. It could be somebody who asked to borrow money, but then didn't use it for what they said they were borrowing it for, that kind of thing. But yeah, it could just be a boss who is, this could be a boss who's verbally abusive or just really like crass or harsh in the way he talks or the way he like kind of commands people to do things. This could also just be you're finding out that somebody like, yeah, took the money and ran or was stealing money or like taking a little off the top for himself and he's getting fired. So, but yeah, it's coming up as your challenge. So it does seem to be affecting you or someone close to you directly. It could be somebody who lied to you or who deceived you or who took advantage of you in the past coming to ask for money. Or again, if you're doing any investments or considering like, yeah, purchasing any stocks and you're dealing with like an agent or a stockbroker or anything like that, definitely do your homework on this person before hiring him or her. It could be a female. These court cards in the general readings, again, in a private reading, I would be able to tell you which gender this was, but in a general reading, it could be either male or female. So yeah, if something's fishy or something's off, Capricorn, I mean, don't be talked into anything. This can be another thing with him. He's a smooth talker. He could sell ice to Eskimos. So be careful with him because he's a liar, but he makes it sound like the truth. He can make lies sound like the truth, particularly when it comes to finances. Maybe he's thrown out a lot of big financial words, which, I mean, Capricorn, you're pretty savvy money-wise. All of you earth signs are interested in that generally. You know, you take very good care of your money and are aware of all of those things. But yeah, this guy could be trying to con you out of some money. So just be aware of that. Forewarned is forearmed, Capricorn. I'm not saying it's going to happen, especially now that you know. That's why these readings work well. It gives you foresight, foreknowledge, so that you can avoid this person or go around this person or block them from your phone, etc. In the present energy, we do have the Chariot in reverse. So, and Esau. Present for some of you could be whenever you're watching this video. For others of you, it could be end of May into early June. The Chariot in reverse and Esau, the number one thing is a car stops working. It breaks down. There's something wrong with it. Or travel plans that go awry. It can also just be frustration with the route that you commute or around your home. There may be construction that's cutting, you know, causing you to have to go out of your way, or like totally blocking off your road or a road close to you that causes you to have to go out of your way. But maybe this is the mechanic for some of you, or like maybe your car's just, you know, goes kaput and you have to buy a new car and this is the car salesman trying to talk you out of your money. So yeah, just, you know, as with all things, do your research. If it's too much to pay, then, you know, maybe it's going to be better to get a new vehicle for some of you. Some of you may just be putting a hold on a trip or vacation plans. Like maybe you were planning to travel in June, or maybe you had started that in May and now in June you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to have money because you know, my car needs looked at, or I just loaned this money to my brother, or because some of you may do this regardless of the fact that we've just talked about how this person is kind of a con man. So, you know, your urge to help is strong, Capricorn, especially if it's someone that you care about. It's going to be difficult for you to tell someone that no, you're not going to loan them money, or no, you're not going to help them out. But a lot to do with communication, though. So I feel like for most of you, this is somebody trying to talk you into something, but that's also going to be talking you out of your money. So, you may just stop, being in this situation with this person. You may just stop associating with them altogether, put a freeze on that, because you may be like, God, it's a lot of pressure. So yeah, maybe you are like, just take the example, you're looking at cars or whatever, and you've got a salesman that's coming on really, or salesperson that's coming on really strong and really trying to pressure you into making a deal. And, you know, you're like, well, that's too bad. I really liked those cars, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna put up with that. I'm gonna go to a different place, or I'm gonna go to a new place. And that's normally a sign, you know, when we're feeling that like put upon or uncomfortable, something, number one, is amiss. And number two, we're probably gonna find what we want elsewhere. It's kind of a sign to like, you know what, maybe you'd be better off looking somewhere else here. For others of you, there could just be a delay or a freeze in activity when it comes to work. I'm feeling like somebody is getting news that their company is shutting down for a month, or shutting down for a couple of weeks. Now, it could be shutting down because there's some kind of behind the scenes stuff to do, and they have to like, shut down so the clients or other, you know, they don't need full staff, and there's something of that. And you may be part of the staff that it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to be going into work, but you may also not be getting paid for that. It may be kind of like a forced vacation or something. But I think you're still going to find a way to use it wisely. And that may concern you, Capricorn. So if you're watching this in May, most of you probably already have emergency money, but yeah, you may want to save up enough money for a couple of, to last you a couple of weeks if this is likely to happen, if you work in a place like that where, they've done that before, or maybe it's something they do every summer. If that's the case, you probably are already prepared for it. But it seems like this kind of maybe comes at a different time than it usually does, earlier or later. June could be the month here. I feel like something though that you want to move forward with, or that you want to take off with or do, or a place that you want to go, Capricorn, is maybe you were going to do it in June, but now you decide to postpone that. You may do it in July, but it may have to be canceled for the month of June. But that's okay, because Aeol is here indicating that, there will be a new date or a rescheduling of this. Now the help that's going to be available, you've got the Two of Hats, which is the Two of Cups. For some of you, this is a wedding that you're going to. It could be your wedding. Maybe some of you are postponing a wedding. And it may not necessarily be in June. Maybe it's you were planning it and you had a date picked out, but now you're like, something has come up, or the money, like we would have more money if we waited until then. So it may be you're postponing your wedding, you're postponing announcing your engagement, you're postponing something to do with you and a significant other, or a wedding of someone close to you is postponed, but it helps you because you weren't going to be able to get off and go at that time, but you may be able to go at a later date. Others of you will be invited, and you will already know most likely when you're watching this video, even if you're watching it in May, unless it's very last minute. You're going to be invited to someone's wedding, and it may be kind of far away. Gosh, maybe it's a destination wedding. And that kind of goes along with the Chariot here. You got two runes of travel, relocation, and movement here in reverse. And it may just be kind of like, man, I don't know, it's going to be so busy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take off work to go to this destination wedding, or there's just so much to do around the house, or I have so much personally to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to if I should go to this wedding. But you definitely should go, because it could be that you're meeting someone there. Capricorn. If you're single and looking, there could be a new love, a new love coming into your life. The Two of Cups is an emotional partnership, a connection to people who are meant to be together. So, you could be meeting someone, again though, going somewhere that it's kind of a hassle. It's kind of like, you're unsure if you're going to be able to go, but then once you get there, you meet this person. So, I mean, it could be a party, a get-together, some sort of event. It could even be just like a concert or something that, it seems like though there is a pre-planned, either you get tickets for it or you RSVP, or, you have to let somebody know you're going, whether it's just on like Facebook or something like that. But, so yeah, invitations in June, because you've got the Two of Cups and the Lover's card here, Capricorn. Wow. There could be a Gemini involved. We do have this King of Swords, but he's in reverse. I don't like that. But the Lovers is the card of Gemini. We'll get to that in a minute. Others of you, this could be your partner, your mate. It could be that they're planning to a trip that the two of you were planning, or it could also be the honeymoon. Like, you are discussing where you want to go, and one of you, probably you, Capricorn, may be saying that, oh, that's so expensive, I don't think we should go there, or I think, or maybe we should put off a vacation this year or not go somewhere we were planning on going just to save some money, and that will help you. So, It could also be that, you know, your husband or wife, you know, when your car dies, they get you a new car. Maybe they just come home with a new vehicle for you, or maybe you really have always wanted their car and you get that one and they go get a new one. There's something about vehicles and travel and partnership. You could also meet somebody on just like your regular commute to work, you know, stopped at the stoplight, or, you know, in transit, on the train, on the plane, whatever, walking, you know, at the crosswalk. So yeah, if you're single and looking, keep your eyes peeled while you're in transit, or traveling, or at somebody's wedding. What must be accepted? We've got the Hierophant in reverse. Another marriage card. It is in reverse though. Let's see what this is here. Well, the immediate kind of first thing that comes up with this and the runes here, honestly, is a divorce that is causing, it's causing a rupture within the family. I mean, it may be like, you know, people taking sides, or causing disruption or conflict with people in the family or the group. Again, could be somebody being fired or leaving, and that's kind of throwing some chaos into the mix. But everybody kind of comes together if this is work, and it's actually going to turn out to be better after the dust settles. It's actually going to be better than it was. There's something about structure and tradition falling away, or being like a wrecking ball, just breaking everything down. And it has to be broken down in order to rebuild it into something better, something more solid. But I mean, everybody's going to come together to do this. So it could be a family that's there's kind of some chaotic stuff going on. Something's breaking apart, breaking away. Someone's getting divorced, and it's causing it doesn't have to be bad. Maybe it's just unsettling. It's just because it's different, or unexpected. It kind of comes out of nowhere. Maybe someone is you haven't heard from them in a while. They got divorced and remarried all in that time, and it's like shocking. But this rune is ultimately a good rune. It means everybody comes together. Everybody's very accepting of the situation, and it actually brings people closer together. That's another thing I'm getting. Any conflicts, or if people have been separated from each other, haven't spoken to each other, there's been a rift. This will actually bring the family or the group closer together in a very unconventional or non-traditional way. If you are going to a wedding in June, chances are it's not going to be like your traditional, again, like church wedding. There may not be any religion involved at all whatsoever, because when this when this card is reversed, it is somebody who's less like conventionally or traditionally religious. They may be spiritual, but and you know, people in the family may be kind of like, oh, it's the silliest thing, or, you know, getting married here, you know, the way they're gonna do it is just silly, you know. And I mean, you see all kinds of things these days. People getting married when they jump out of planes, or, you know, underwater, whatever floats your boat. You know, but I mean, it could be just, you know, maybe everybody in the family up to this point has had, you know, the traditional standard church wedding, and this person is like, I don't know, wants to get married in a helicopter or something. You'll have to let me know in the comments who got married and what did they do that was different or unconventional, or maybe it's just something in the ceremony that they do that you'd never seen before. And it could be something that they're planning to do that mom or grandma or the older female members of the family are very like, oh, you know, this is ridiculous. Why would you do this? Or why are you not getting married in the church? Or, you know, they could have problems with that. But it's all going to be all right, is what Manas is saying. It's like, in the end, it will be okay. Everybody will come together and have a good time in spite of or despite what who was upset maybe about the ceremony itself. Now, if you're meeting someone new, they could be somebody, Capricorn, who's very unconventional or kind of like maybe even is a bit of a rebel or really enjoys pushing the boundaries or, you know, which would be good for you, Capricorn. You can be very rigid in your traditional thinking, especially when it comes to practical things like money and security and property and all of that sort of thing. And you may meet a free spirit who is just like, you know, goes where the wind takes him or her. And, you know, that would be a good balance for you. You know, if we have somebody who's just like us in every way, that gets real boring real quick. So it's always nice to have somebody who's a bit different, brings new excitement and new ideas and new adventures into our lives. But yeah, it does seem like you are with a group of people or people you know when you meet this person. So you're at a gathering or you're out with friends or, and that's when you meet this person for most of you. Even if it's at work or like the in transit thing, you may still be like going to lunch with a friend or on the train with your friend or what have you. Because it seems like you have someone around when you meet this person. Because I'm just feeling like they will comment on the sparks that may be flying between the two of you. The outcome is the Lovers, as I mentioned earlier, which is a fantastic card, and especially paired with the Two of Cups. This is a month of love, Capricorns. If you're already married, things could be going to another level, or you could be discussing things that you want to do, something that you're wanting to do together. Like I said, it could involve vehicles or travel or vacation or something like that, where you're talking about how to take a vacation, where to go, that sort of thing. With the Lovers as the outcome, though, there is a coming together of two people, agreements, contracts, you're making a decision. Vimeo is here. I mean, and that's the rune of joy, happiness, enjoying spending time together, enjoying, and Yara's here with legalities. So marriage is on the agenda somewhere here, Capricorn, in your life. If it's not you getting married, planning to get married, you know, partnering up with somebody, it could be work, but I really, you know, with the Two of Cups and the Lovers, that's really, and this marriage card, that's talking to me about romance, a romantic relationship. So you could be meeting someone that you will eventually marry, Capricorn, in June. Or this wedding you're going to, you're meeting someone there, or just having a really, really good time. And enjoying the company and enjoying celebrating. But for many of you, I think there is a partnership, a new relationship starting, someone coming into your life, Capricorn, in June, that is going to be there for a long time. This is longevity. Yara is all about the passage of time. It's slow, steady process, you know, and progress. You're building a relationship. You're building a solid foundation but enjoying each other's company, enjoying spending time together. You have a lot in common and enjoy doing the same things. You're interested in a lot of the same things. So even though we were saying, you know, yes, this person may be they may be a little bit less traditional. And Capricorn, some of you may be the one that's less traditional. You know, we're not all cookie cutters of our astrological sign, especially if you have Gemini rising or, you know, a fire sign rising or something. You may be the more adventurous one. But this person may be just really kind of getting you to experience new things, and you find it exciting. It's stuff you haven't tried. Even if it's just like a type of food you've never tried before or something. So, wow. This seems to be a really, really exciting time for you here, Capricorn, when it comes to relationships and love. If you are single, it does not look like to me you will be for very long. If you're not meeting this person in June, keep in mind These are, you know, there's about a 3-month window on these readings, again, because they're for so many people. This may have happened in May for some people, and for other people it may be happening in July. So always a good idea to rewatch at the end of the month. Definitely, again, check out your yearly reading again, your 2018 RuneScope here on YouTube, and the Love RuneScope over on Vimeo for 2018 should really give you some insight. Rewatch that if you purchased it. If you haven't purchased it yet, you may want to consider it because it'll cover, you know, it covers the whole year. So there are 6 months left. Your Career and Finance RuneScopes over on Vimeo too. So yeah, rewatch all of those yearlies or check those out to see where you're at now that we're halfway through the year. But join me over on Vimeo now. I'm going to shuffle and interpret one card from the Goddess Guidance Oracles. Want to see if we can get more information, maybe specifically about this Chariot in reverse and this King of Flamingos in reverse. I want to see what comes up about those two, since that seemed to be like the challenge for you, or something you're trying to kind of deal with or overcome in June. So I'll see you over there. Thanks so much for watching, Capricorn, and I'll see you back here next time.